November 1st, 2025, my brothers and sisters. We are inching closer and closer to Christmas. Hey, you ready, Director, for Christmas? I am ready for Christmas. Good night again to everyone joining the live broadcast across social media. We are streaming live on YouTube. So for everyone joining on YouTube, special good night to all of you. Remember to share the live as much as possible. Tonight on Week in Review, we've got the great Aaron Duncan. Young, I'll call him legendary. Aaron Duncan will be here at 8:45 p.m. tonight, so stay tuned for that, Trinidad and Tobago. What a week we had so far, and in the week, we never ever get to move away from the nonsense that Trinidad deals with on a daily basis. And as we know, Venezuela versus Trinidad is one major issue apparently. I think, and I'm liking what I'm seeing on social media by some, because finally some Trinis are gearing up and saying, why Venezuela calling our names so much? Because it's not like Trinidad threatened Venezuela with anything. It is the United States. And Venezuela needs to start calling the U.S. name instead of Trinidad and Tobago name. And all of this stemmed from a warship, one of the largest warships that docked right here in Trinidad and Tobago waters. And everything that goes on, Venezuela always saying Trinidad, Trinidad, Trinidad. Never did Venezuela and Nicolas say USA. There's always Trinidad. What we could do this, Trinidad, we could do that, Trinidad, we could do the other. And right here at home in Trinidad and Tobago, people are worried over nothing, absolutely nothing. And persons are saying again that Kamala this, Kamala that, Kamala the other. I said on this program that Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the right side of history. And I want to maintain that. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the right side of history. And I saw someone on social media ask a good question. Where is the president? Where is Christine Kangaloo? Christine Kangaloo is supposed to be the commander-in-chief here in Trinidad and Tobago. But she's the commander of vacation because she's probably on a vacation right now. She's on sabbatical leave, I think. I think the president, Christine Kangaloo, is on sabbatical leave, because the commander-in-chief is saying absolutely nothing. And rightfully, there is nothing to say at Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, said it all to this nation. She said, do not worry, stop worrying, stay calm, be calm. My name is Kamala, be calm, over and over and over. But the rhetoric from the People's National Movement, not only inside of the parliament, but also outside of the parliament, is loud. And as you know, Trinidad and Tobago, an empty barrel makes the most noise when you are filling it up. And the thing is, they're not being filled with any type of substance. And that's the People's National Movement. They're not filling the people's heads with any type of substance, anything good. It's always old noise. It's the rhetoric. Kamala is the worst for the country. And you have people across social media, I could call names, Rambles and a bunch of them, that now, and I surprised. I watched a video, and I don't usually do it, but I watched a video from Rambles a couple days ago speaking about Donald Trump and how chaotic Trump is. I recall just before the election, not our election, but the US election, Rambles was supporting Donald J. Trump. And now suddenly you're not anymore. But I am saying again that Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the right side of history, Trinidad and Tobago. And I did a video on that, and I want to play that video for you, because I want you to know that I said it here first now about Kamala Persad-Bissessar being on the right side of history. Take a listen. Because the Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, is the only one that has more balls than anybody in this country. More balls than Keith Rowley, more balls than Mia Motley, more balls than Gonzalez, more balls than anybody in the Caribbean right now to actually stand up for Caribbean. Because it's not just Trinidad and Tobago. Our people are shipped from this country. shipped from Venezuela. All the Venezuelans are marching right now, benefiting under Maduro regime because a clique of persons benefit under Maduro. A clique of them. You know what? Ironic. Maduro was going to have an international news conference with someone from, I think it's 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes reached out to do an interview with Maduro. He accepted it. And then he when they all sat up inside the room, I think the defense minister called and said cancel. You know why it got cancelled? It got cancelled because he felt threatened by Trinidad. That's what he say. He felt threatened by Trinidad and Tobago. And because Trinidad and Tobago is aligning with the United States of America, he felt unsafe. So you're trying to tell Trinidad and Tobago what we should do in our own country, who we should align with. Where's the benefit in aligning with Venezuela? Somebody tell me that. We don't want the Venezuelan dollar. We don't need it. You want Venezuelan money in Trinidad? You want it? You want to spend Venezuelan dollars? Them don't even want the dollar. What dollar you want to spend? TT or US? Right now we don't even want TT. We don't even want TT right now. We want we want USA. We want the US dollar. And people go come and say, you're talking a certain nonsense. You have to learn politics. You have to learn geopolitics. You have to learn this. You have to learn that. Trinidad and Tobago, Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the right side of history. I tell you that. She's on the right side of history. She's doing what is needed to be done. Vice News report. Vice News did a report right here in Trinidad and Tobago about the illicit trade. They said politicians, businessmen, corruption, main facets of crime in Trinidad and Tobago. A leader that rooting out all of that you're vexed with. You know why? You know why? Because people want to just eat our food in Trinidad. We want to eat our food on CPAP. We want to eat our food on URP. We want to eat our food on deforestation. Because the only thing we know about doing in Trinidad and Tobago is eating our food. Keith Rowley talked to us about weaning ourselves off the government. Kamala come in power. Kamala has been saying from day one that private sector must be main drivers of economic growth in Trinidad and Tobago from day one. She is saying that. Right? I vote for her because of that, because of the policies of such. I vote 100% UNC. I would never vote PNM because their goal and their mandate for Trinidad and Tobago is that they benefit and you suffer. And we see it time and time again. The dismantling of URP and CPEP and deforestation is not a bid to just send black people home as they want to let you believe. It's not that. It's to clean up corruption. Oh God, look at what's going on in the country. Look at what's going on around the world. All people want to do is eat our food. Yes, people in YouTube. I put him on a timeout. He get a 10-minute timeout. If he come back and still being a nuisance, he will be blocked. All right, since you're requesting. Just School. Here's what I'll do for you, boy. Just School, boy. I'll make you a moderator. All right. What is this? Managing moderator, standard moderator. Can review and remove chat messages, hide timeout, can block words. I'll make you a standard moderator, right? So there you go. You can moderate the chat now for those on YouTube because apparently someone was agitating people on YouTube. All right, but yeah, so back to the Venezuelan issue, Trinidad and Tobago. There it is, now. The reality is that Kamala Persad-Bissessar is he not gone. He on a timeout. I don't like to block people. I didn't block him. I put him on a 10-minute timeout. But Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the right side of history, and I will continue to see that. For everybody that are around the notion that the U.S. weak and the U.S. gonna be destroyed soon, and you're quoting biblical prophecies, and you say the United States are gonna fall, this, that, and the other, that's fine. You're free to do that. Just as we are free to say that we are aligning ourselves, and we should align ourselves with the United States of America. Now, while I am saying that right here in Trinidad and Tobago, that I 100% support Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and I support Kamala Persad-Bissessar's aligning Trinidad or putting Trinidad and Tobago in a strategic place with the United States, persons across in Venezuela technically saying the same thing. And as I said, who feels it knows it. The people of Venezuela who are actually feeling it knows the reality that they are facing in Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro is a dictator. That man there, he is a dictator. And I will say it loud and clear any day, anytime. That man is a dictator. And we all know, we all know that in 2024, for the Venezuelan election, people can say it was not a fair and free election. He stole it. And that is the man that person's aligning with and want to align with here in Trinidad and Tobago. We want to say we want peace while dictatorship going on just 7 miles off our coastline. Imagine that. We stand up in Cedros and we could spit and it would land in Venezuela. Right there, next door to us, we have a dictator on our shores. We had one right here in Trinidad, but thank God we voted them out. We took pattern from Tobago because Tobago voted out the PNM first, right? And then Trinidad did. But what's going on in Venezuela affects us. And to be clear, I'm only mentioning it simply because apparently people they don't know about it. But I frankly do not care at all. I really don't. What I care about is Trinidad and Tobago. And what Kamala Persad-Bissessar cares about is Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister, and I don't know how many times we have to say it before it's stuck in the brains of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and particularly the opposition as well. But Kamala Persad-Bissessar is saying that we're not really, we don't, in Trinity terms, we not business what's going on across it. I know we business. Kamala is drinking her water and minding her own business. And the business that she's minding is the people of Trinidad and Tobago business. In doing so, what Kamala Persad-Bissessar is saying is that the drugs that come in from Venezuela, the guns that come in from Venezuela, the illicit trade that goes on between Trinidad and Venezuela, we need to stop it. We need to stop that. We need to put a handle on that. And the way that we put a handle on that is by engaging with our partners, the United States, for assistance. That is why the warship came to Trinidad and Tobago, but not even to declare war on anybody. That ship was here to give children a tow. It sounds funny, but the ship was here to give children a tow. That is all. Joint actions with the U.S. military and Trinidad military. And don't think for 1 second that it is Kamala Persad-Bissessar that allowed it. It's Keith Rowley, 2024. He signed off. U.S. could put troops in Trinidad and Tobago. What if X for? But, as I was saying, who feels it, knows it, Trinidad and Tobago. A Venezuelan woman would have spoken out on this matter, and she was very, very blunt, and she kind of teared up at the end. So I want you to take a listen to this. Actually, you know what? Before we go to that, we'll take a quick break, yeah? We should take a break and come back. So for everyone watching now, when we come back, we're going to go to a Venezuelan woman that spoke out on the very issue with the United States and Venezuela. And she was very frank, and she said, quote, "We want Maduro gone." Do we want him gone via U.S. intervention? No, but they want Maduro gone. Stay tuned.
Halloween slate, but now it's time. Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah. It's time!
Can we not? Oh!
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care
Oh, I'm a snowman now. Great.
underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking.
Welcome to SNS Facade Group of Companies, a dynamic community-driven group serving multiple industries with excellence and integrity. At SNS Facade Supermarket, we're committed to community, providing vessel export delivery, custom food services, local delivery, wholesale solutions, fresh produce, in-house bakery, and premium meats. Discover relaxation reimagined at Sunset Beach Resort, with beachfront stays and dining that blends local flavor with ocean views, perfect for families and couples. At Cuts and Curve Fitness Center, where health meets lifestyle, with personal training, meal plans, a full gym, and on-site cafe. The SNS Facade Group of Companies, building value, trust, and community across everything we do.
If your child doesn't understand what they read, SCA becomes 10 times harder. That's why Learn Smart TT has created an online comprehension and poetry course. This is completely self-paced with all tools accessed online. It's 30 passages, 30 poems. They can be downloaded or answered on our site. From there, students get access to answer sheets that have detailed options of how the answers could have been written. No other product on the market has this. In addition, they get access to a video tutorial with an expert teacher walking them through the passage of poems using high visuals and techniques to ensure they derive meaning. Also, we model how we derived each answer so they can do the same. If you want your child to enjoy all of these benefits and propel in comprehension, SCA, and general academic life, click the link above and register for this course and join hundreds of parents and students who are benefiting.
Unbeatable deals, unbeatable experience. More savings, more smiles. Shop smart, save more at SNS. Quality you trust, prices you love. At SNS Supermarket, we make every trip rewarding. From unbeatable promotion to top-tier customer service, we bring you the best deals with an endless variety and effortless shopping. From everyday essentials to unique finds, we have it all in one place. No more running around. Shop at any one of our conveniently located branches in Mayaro, Rio Claro, or Freeport.
Shop and save big this Christmas season, Trinidad and Tobago at SNS Prasad Supermarket. They've got unbeatable deals and massive big savings. And for this season coming, Christmas 2025, look out because there's going to be some major savings across at SNS Prasad Supermarket, Rio Claro, Mayaro, and Freeport. As we continue, the Venezuelans. All right, Venezuelans are protesting across in Venezuela, and they are protesting Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Ironically, Kamla killing everybody in Venezuela, apparently. So they protesting her instead of protesting Donald Trump, they're protesting Kamala. And Nicolas Maduro said that Kamala Persad-Bissessar is on the wrong side of history. Well, not history, but she's basically starting a war in the Caribbean. And that is far-fetched for me to even think about. But again, a Venezuelan would have spoken out on this matter. And I think it is reminiscent of me to play what they are saying across there in Venezuela. And those that are really censored or not given a chance to hear their views. And just so therefore you know as well, Trinidad and Tobago, persons that speak out against Nicolas Maduro, they are jailed for speaking out against him in Venezuela. But that's not my words. This lady said it.
I want to talk about what's happening in Venezuela and give some context from an actual Venezuelan. Maduro, bad. Trump, bad. Getting rid of Maduro, good. An American intervention into Venezuela, bad. Now you're going to see a lot of Venezuelans who seem to be in support of this American intervention, not because we're naive or because we don't understand what it could mean. Nobody wants to be bombed by the Yanks, okay? But that should give you an idea as just how desperate Venezuelans are. Maduro is not the legal president of Venezuela. He lost the 2024 election to Edmundo Gonzalez. That is an indisputable fact. But this isn't so much about the nitty-gritty of the politics as much as it is about the effects of those politics on the people. Imagine this. You wake up, there's no water, as usual. The lights have been out for about 10 hours. Your fridge starts to smell because the power keeps going out. So you're like, okay, I'm going to go out and buy some new food. You get there and the food is even more expensive than it was before. Food has gone up 21.9% in price since just last October. Actually, food prices have gone up 12,000% since 2009. So that's like a tomato being worth $1. Now that same tomato is worth $12,000. That's how crazy the food situation is in Venezuela. These rolling blackouts too that I mentioned have a huge effect on the hospital systems. Often you will be in the middle of surgery and the electricity goes off. So you have a country where you have very little access to food, and we know little access to food usually means a huge increase in crime. That has happened in Venezuela. You have a dangerous country, you don't have access to food, water, electricity, and your hospital systems have been terrible. On top of these brutal living conditions, you have this political violence hovering on top of you. If you speak out about what's happening, you are very likely to be disappeared into El Helicoide, which is the largest torture center in the Americas. In July of 2024 came Operation Tuntun. So basically the government would come knocking on your door if you made any posts that were against the government. And if your neighbors outed you for being out protesting, you would be likely to be kidnapped and sent to this torture center. In just the month of July 2024, 1,900 political prisoners were taken. Those numbers have gone up to over 3,000, most of those being youth and most of those being underage girls. Since 2014, there has been 17,888 politically motivated arrests in Venezuela. More than 8 million Venezuelans have fled the country. Our families are scattered across the world because we can't safely live home. And back in Venezuela, the regime allows mining that is tearing apart the Orinoco Delta, poisoning rivers with mercury and displacing indigenous people, allowing miners to go into indigenous territories, spreading diseases, and kidnapping and human trafficking indigenous women. So when you see Venezuelans expressing support for an invasion, please understand, no one wants to be invaded, especially not by a country with such a brutal, violent global history. But Venezuelans are running out of options. Our hope is real. But underneath that hope is fear, exhaustion, and deep sadness for having to survive this horrific, violent, corrupt dictatorship. So please give us some space to feel all these emotions. Venezuelans aren't dumb. We are hardworking people who just want the best, like everyone else, to live a normal life. Thanks for listening.
Well, there you go. So for everybody that comes every single time and they talk zone of peace, zone of peace, zone of peace. Mayor Motley, Gonzales, Jamaica, all of them, zone of peace, zone of peace, zone of peace. The people that feels it, knows it. There's a bunch of Venezuelans across in Venezuela that is not in support of the invasion or a pending invasion or the U.S. doing anything in Venezuela, but they want Maduro gone. So therefore, they are in support of it, just because. Y'all understand? Even right here in Trinidad and Tobago, CNC3 ran a news story with a Venezuelan in support of Kamala Persad-Bissessar. Things that don't make news that much. What makes news is Venezuelans protesting, and they're calling, and they technically sanctioning Kamala and say Kamala can't come, she's not welcomed. Persona de non grata or whatever, not welcomed. As though we care, we don't care. Sooner rather than later, Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela will see freedom. I hope. I really do hope. Now, this has been going on for a long time now. That's the thing. It has been going on for so goddamn long. But you, at times, people of Trinidad and Tobago, like to play politics. At times. Because we live in a place where the sun does rise, or we don't get hit by hurricanes. God is a Trini across here. We just love to fet and party, and anything to disturb the fetting and party that is actually real and have substance, we don't like to partake in. We don't want to render assistance to our brothers and sisters in any type of like real way, military action, blah blah blah, because we can't fight. Despite Trinidad and Tobago fighting in a world war already, yeah? We supported in one, right? But we don't want to render any type of assistance. All we want to do here in Trinidad and Tobago is have sex with the Vennies. Yeah, let the women and them come across. I go take them. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're going to engage in human trafficking. We're going to make children with them. But to really say we're going to actually step in and really assist a country that is in need, we will not do that. And yeah, Trinidad and Tobago did it for COVID under Keith Rowley, but the way in which it was done, boy, it didn't render any real assistance. That man, King Liar, said to the Venezuelans, whether you're illegal or you're not legal, come and work in Trinidad. That's what he said. Come and work, whether you're legal or you're not legal, we're registering you. And thousands of them flocked to Trinidad and Tobago to be registered. Our borders were not closed properly. We need proper migration. We need migration laws, proper migration laws. And I would ask Kamala Persad-Bissessar to really start to work on I forget the name of this, but we don't have it. Amnesty laws here in Trinidad and Tobago to really assist with persons that want to migrate and seek asylum-seeking laws. That's it. We need proper asylum-seeking laws in Trinidad and Tobago, and we need it. We don't even have asylum-seeking laws, right? We don't have it. We don't have asylum-seeking laws. And I was a part of the United Nations something. I can't remember the name of it, but this was back in 2021, around there. And they were speaking, the United Nations was speaking to us particularly about that and about human trafficking that's taking place in Trinidad, and the Venezuelan girls that are here in Trinidad, and asylum seekers as well. And we do not have asylum seeking laws in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of other countries have, a lot of other Caribbean nations have, but we do not have it here in Trinidad and Tobago. And it asks that Kamala Persad-Bissessar actually bring proper legislations to Parliament for asylum seekers. And again, it is Kamala Persad-Bissessar that spoke about giving the Venezuelans an education right here in Trinidad and Tobago, and Spanish being our second language. We'll see whether any fruits are bared from that. But for those that naive to the facts of what is taking place in literally in our hemisphere, right off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago, the issue with Nicolas Maduro has been going on for quite some time now. And news stories, news anchors, people that come down, journalists that come down from the US, from the UK, did reports on Venezuela countless of times. I'll just play a snippet of this for you.
Todos estos meses, todo el tiempo de marcha por mi familia, por la comida, por el pueblo.
Siempre, siempre voy a estar en las calles luchando por la libertad de mis hijos. Y bueno.
La violencia del gobierno y la violencia del AMPA. Todo eso son razones para tú salir a protestar, a manifestar, a defender tus derechos y aspirar a una mejor Venezuela.
Venezuela was once the richest country in Latin America. It has the largest known oil reserves in the world, and its democratic government was once praised worldwide. But today, Venezuela's democratic institutions and its economy are in shambles. The country has the highest inflation rate in the world, making food and medicine inaccessible to most Venezuelans. Over the last 4 years, its GDP has fallen 35%, which is a sharper drop than the one seen during the Great Depression in the US. And the country's murder rate has surpassed that of the most dangerous cities in the world. These conditions have sparked months of protests against the president, Nicolas Maduro, and it's easy to see why. The country has become measurably worse since his election in 2013. A poll showed that about 80% of Venezuelans want Maduro removed from office. But instead, the opposite has happened. Maduro has consolidated his power, bringing the country closer to authoritarian rule. Maduro's political ambition became evident in December 2015. 2 years after he became president, a coalition of opposition parties called the Democratic Unity Roundtable, or MUD, won a 2/3 majority in the National Assembly, putting Maduro's rule at risk. In response, Maduro quickly forced out several Supreme Court justices and filled the positions with cronies loyal to him. In March 2016, the court ruled to strip the opposition-led National Assembly of its powers, a move that sparked massive protests across the country. The ruling was reversed a few days later, but the damage was done. Protests continued to grow and have left about 100 dead and thousands injured so far. Despite the violence and public outcry, Maduro held a vote in July to elect a new governing body called the National Constituent Assembly, which would have the power to rewrite Venezuela's constitution and essentially replace the National Assembly, and leave virtually no opposition to Maduro's rule.
¿Por qué está saliendo a votar hoy?
Bueno, por el bienestar del país.
¿Qué está buscando en esta nueva Asamblea Nacional Constituyente?
Bueno, una paz para todo.
With Maduro's recent vote, Venezuelans didn't have a say in whether the assembly should exist. They only had the option to elect its members. But when Maduro's predecessor, Hugo Chavez, proposed a constitutional rewrite in 1999, he first called for a referendum to propose the election of the assembly. After most Venezuelans voted yes, they then elected a new National Constituent Assembly. See, unlike Maduro, Chavez was a charismatic and beloved leader. In the 90s, he burst onto television sets across the country. He blamed government corruption and Venezuela's elite for the economic inequality. His populist message resonated with the country's poor, who eventually helped bring him to power. The key moment in his presidency came in 2004.
Audio. So there you go, Trinidad and Tobago. A bit of a snippet from that news story there. And the full thing I will upload today, or should I upload it? Because it's somebody else's news. But I'll upload the full thing today so therefore you can see that for yourself as well. Because a lot of persons, like they tend to forget what's going on. So when Kamala Prasad Bisesa, and you see in Trinidad and Tobago, that the army on high alert and military ordered to return to base amid rumors of U.S. attack on Venezuela, but PM says all is well. When you see these things, I don't want you to start engaging in sensationalism and start engaging in fear, because my goodness, look at what goes on again, what went on in Venezuela versus what is happening today. Nicolas Maduro could offer all that he wants to offer to the U.S. government, all that he wants to offer to Donald J. Trump. Trump said that he offer everything because he don't want to F around with the United States. And the man just threatening Trinidad for no reason. But in all the threats to Trinidad and Tobago, there's a reason why Nicolas Maduro is not even mentioning the United States name and Donald Trump name. I think in all, he probably mentioned Kamala name like 1,000 times and mentioned Donald Trump name like five times. But you engaging in fear. You trying to tell me that leave Venezuela to fight their own thing. Venezuela want the assistance. And if you're actually listening to the people from Venezuela that are actually going through struggles, then you'll hear them. In fact, right here in Trinidad, right? CNC3, go to downloads. CNC3 Trinidad and Tobago, they did, there was a Venezuelan that spoke on CNC3, and the Venezuelan spoke about, and the Venezuelan said actually that she agrees with Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and she does not want Kamala Persad-Bissessar to send them back to Venezuela because they don't want to go back to Venezuela. When we come back, we'll take a look at that. Stay tuned.
Unbeatable deals, unbeatable experience. More savings, more smiles. Shop smart, save more at SNS. Quality you trust, prices you love. At SNS Supermarket, we make every trip rewarding. From unbeatable promotion to top-tier customer service, we bring you the best deals with an endless variety and effortless shopping. From everyday essentials to unique finds. We have it all in one place. No more running around. Shop at any one of our conveniently located branches in Mayaro, Rio Claro, or Pico.
Halloween slate, but now it's time. Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah.
Can we not? Oh!
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care
Oh, I'm a snowman now. Great.
underneath the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking.
Whether your child is topping the class or just keeping up, stronger comprehension skills gives them the edge. That's why Learn Smart TT has created an online comprehension and poetry course. This is completely self-paced with all tools accessed online. It's 30 passages, 30 poems. They can be downloaded or answered on our site. From there, students get access to answer sheets that have detailed options of how the answers could have been written. No other product on the market has this. In addition, they get access to a video tutorial with an expert teacher walking them through the passage or poems using high visuals and techniques to ensure they derive meaning. Also, we model how we derived each answer so they can do the same. If you want your child to enjoy all of these benefits and propel in comprehension, SCA, and general academic life, click the link above and register for this course and join hundreds of parents and students who are benefiting.
night, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced the suspension of oil-gas agreements with TNT, calling it a precautionary measure against what he described as hostile actions by the government. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez recommended the move after Trinidad welcomed the new U.S. naval ship USS Gravely on Sunday. She confirmed it includes denouncing the 2015 Energy Corporation agreement, last renewed in February. Maduro insists the decision protects Venezuela's resources from what he called U.S. empire supremacists.
The government's mass deportation announcement on Monday sparked panic among some Venezuelan migrants in this country. One couple, 37-year-old Julio and 35-year-old Maria, and their 2 children say they are terrified of returning to the dangers they fled under the Maduro regime. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has since clarified that only incarcerated migrants will be deported. Julio, a refrigerator technician, and Maria, a domestic worker, have lived in Trinidad for 3 years, working to support their children who attend the La Romaine Migrants Support Group. Through coordinator Angie Ramnarine, they shared that going back is not an option.
El 90% venimos a Trinidad a trabajar por el país.
Well, he first wants to say very respectfully to our Prime Minister that the majority of all the Venezuelans, 90% of them here, they're here just to work and work to earn a living to be able to feed themselves.
Y no venimos ni a delinquir, ni a andar en bar, ni a andar en fiesta.
And they came here not to be in bars, not to be delinquents, not to be, out on the streets causing problems.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is facing criticism both locally and regionally for her support of U.S. military action against narco-trafficking operations in Venezuela. But for Maria and Julio, Persad-Bissessar represents hope.
She says she wants Maduro to go. She wants to be able to return to her country.
Mientras él esté en el poder, yo no pienso regresar.
Right. While he's in power, she cannot even think of going back.
While he's in power, she cannot even think about going back. Realities of Venezuela. So all the Trinidadians that have so much to say about Kamla, about the U.S. and the pending invasion, this, that, and the other, all they can miss me completely with your nonsense. Everybody. So that's that Trinidad and Tobago. Aaron Duncan, you ready for some soca, boy? No, you're not ready for no soca. You ready for some soca? Are you ready for some soca, And you know what, boy? I fed up on it, Because every single year, just before Christmas, a set of soca that is be playing by, and then they just play Christmas music. Slam, this one is for this one is for Slam. Slam has be playing them soca and dancehall and stuff upwards to Christmas Eve sometimes, by, and then you just get Christmas carols or soca parang for one day, Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Right after Christmas done, as soon as that clock strike 12 midnight and Christmas done, and you get, after Christmas is Boxing, right? Yeah, on Boxing Day, soca. Soca, boy. By the wicked, boy. All your selectors and them, all your DJs and them, all your wicked, boy. I tell all you that. All your wicked. At least give we soca parang na, we a little Ravi B, who else? Ravi do sing soca parang? You sing chutney. Sorry. Who does soca parang? Squanta. You listen to Crazy one recently, boy? Crazy Japanese song, boy. How to get crazy here, It's crazy. Yeah, crazy. Oh, like 12 years ago. Oh, God. Buenos dias, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. He sing, boy. He sing something. I know I hear it I hear it. What it is, boy? What crazy, boy? Ah, here it is.
for one and all. Alcazar, Jagasa, any Pereira, all stars, Castillo, Espinosa, Mata, any Parang Alta. All we grew up watching on TV.
Baila! That is crazy. Listen, I like Masoka a little bit, Masoka Parang. Show them last night now. Watch my last night, Chandad. Watch my last night. Watch my. Yes, watch my Trinidad. Oh God, I love my soca parang, you know. I'll play from Los Paranderos. They will perform. Well, they didn't perform while I was dancing here, but I'll play a performance from Los Paranderos later on Trinidad and Tobago, so therefore you could see it. All right. We are expecting the great Aaron Duncan, Trinidad and Tobago. So stay tuned. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have Aaron Duncan on the line.
Deals, unbeatable experience. More savings, more smiles. Shop smart, save more at SNS. Quality you trust, prices you love. At SNS Supermarket, we make every trip rewarding. From unbeatable promotions to top-tier customer service, we bring you the best deals with an endless variety and effortless shopping. From everyday essentials to unique finds, we have it all in one place. No more running around. Shop at any one of our conveniently located branches in Learo, Rio Claro, or Pico.
Halloween slayed, but now it's time. Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah.
Can we not? Oh!
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care.
Oh, I'm a snowman now. Great.
Underneath the Christmas tree, I don't need to hang my stocking.
Whether your child is topping the class or just keeping up, stronger comprehension skills gives them the edge. That's why Learn Smart TT has created an online comprehension and poetry course. This is completely self-paced with all tools accessed online. It's 30 passages, 30 poems. They can be downloaded or answered on our site. From there, students get access to answer sheets that have detailed options of how the answers could have been written. No other product on the market has this. In addition, they get access to a video tutorial with an expert teacher walking them through the passage or poems using high visuals and techniques to ensure they derive meaning. Also, we model how we derived each answer so they can do the same. If you want your child to enjoy all of these benefits and propel in comprehension, SCA, and general academic life, click the link above and register for this course and join hundreds of parents and students who are benefiting.
All right, as we, I put the wrong thing on, yes, damn. As we get ready for Aaron Duncan, Trinidad and Tobago, I would have gone through the city of Port of Spain. When was this, right? This was a while, last week. All right, and we would have been asking a driver, some of the people there in Port of Spain, some questions about the 2025 budgetary allocation towards the corporation. As you know, it's just about $8 million deduction. Stay on camera, I'm gonna make sure you can come on. Right? It's just about $8 million deduction from the city of Port of Spain to service things like garbage and stuff like that in the corporation. And we would have asked the question to some persons there in Port of Spain, and you'll get a full clip about this hopefully by Monday. I don't know. I'll edit it, but hopefully by Monday. But just take a quick look at the drive-through there in Port of Spain that we would have done. We're in the infamous St. James taxi car, all right? This is the route to St. James. We're passing right by Church's Chicken here, and we met Mr. Jamal, all right? And we're going to get from Mr. Jamal some of the problems that you face on a daily basis servicing this route, especially coming into Port of Spain. What are some of the issues that you may see as a driver here in Port of Spain?
For PH, right?
Yeah.
You know, we don't really have a stand.
Yeah.
So we got to make as we go. Usually I don't stop. Usually I drive and pick up on the way.
Okay.
Potholes. Yeah, we talk about potholes.
Major problem.
Major problem. Right now I have some ends to change because of potholes. Sometimes when it rainfall, water in the hole, you can't see it.
Ooh.
You end up in a hole. This side I end up in a hole here. Telling you. I don't know what to say about that.
This is a new model vehicle, man.
Yeah, but winning potholes gonna make it a whole model vehicle. Telling you, price go down. The second time I'm changing ends. Well, since I had the car, 4 years I had the car.
Okay.
The second time I'm gonna change ends here.
Okay.
I watch. That's small. You can see that. I just thought you would go ahead, ask that question.
Now, in light, as you know, one of the reasons why we're doing this is because there's a $5 million deduction from the Port of Spain City Corporation. All right. Now, bear in mind, actually, I don't want to influence any decisions, but bear in mind that the corporation has been receiving millions of dollars over the past 9+ years. And if potholes is a major concern, I doubt it just started to develop it. All right. My question is whether or not you think a $5 million deduction will poorly service the area even more, or if, as many persons would have told us before, it didn't matter or it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because even if they get any money, they didn't get any money, the hole still not fix it. If it do fix, like say, they come and fix the hole today, right? Tomorrow see another hole, or Wassa come and dig up the road. We have a problem with Wassa, right? Most of the holes sometimes, I should have go straight up here. So you can see that. Wassa come, dig up, 2 months, then fix back the road. Yeah? 2 months, 3 months, then fix back the road. When they do fix back the road now, it have a sink. If it didn't have a sink, it have a raise. So you get extra hump. In Port of Spain, how you get a humps in the road? Yeah?
And as a PH taxi driver, with the issue of crime, do you feel any level of unease in the capital city? Well, I think the real question would be, what time of the day you service from?
I service 9 to 2. During the week, school time, 9 to 1:30. Because I deal with school children and things like that.
Okay.
Right, so 9 to 1:30. I don't know about the evening shift with other people, but I hear little stories. Some people talk about people jumping the vehicle and a little shaky now. So, but me, I never get in a problem. I pray not to get in a problem like that.
Okay. And in terms of feeling safe in the capital city, how do you generally feel on a daily basis?
I try not to be in problems. I do see police early on. It had some police outside, but not as much as you should be seeing them. Yeah, like especially.
And that full clip, Trinidad and Tobago, is on YouTube right now, and you will be able, on Monday, give me until Monday, and I'll put the full story together, because we also went to Barrackpore and other constituencies as well. Stay tuned, Trinidad and Tobago. When we come back, is Vibes in the studio. Stay tuned.
Halloween slayed, but now it's time. Spill the tea. Who's the thief?
Busted! Bad news, Mariah Carey. The elves are striking this year. Elf revenge for putting us through holiday hell. Santa's helper quit. I'm pawning all this so I can afford elf therapy.
That's my blush, elf boy.
Your lipstick? I'm taking it. Christmas, it's canceled. No bells, no cheer, no glam. Bye, sweetie.
You can't cancel Christmas.
Any last words?
Yeah.
It's time! Can we not?
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care.
Oh, I'm a snowman now. Great.
Need the Christmas tree. I don't need to hang my stocking.
Unbeatable deals, unbeatable experience. More savings, more smiles. Shop smart, save more at SNS. Quality you trust, prices you love. At SNS Supermarket, we make every trip rewarding. From unbeatable promotion to top-tier customer service, we bring you the best deals with an endless variety and effortless shopping. From everyday essentials to unique finds, we have it all in one place. No more running around. Shop at any one of our conveniently located branches in Mayaro, Rio Claro, or Pico.
If your child doesn't understand what they read, SCA becomes 10 times harder. That's why Learn Smart TT has created an online comprehension and poetry course. This is completely self-paced with all tools accessed online. It's 30 passages, 30 poems. They can be downloaded or answered on our site. From there, students get access to answer sheets that have detailed options of how the answers could have been written. No other product on the market has this. In addition, they get access to a video tutorial with an expert teacher walking them through the passage or poems using high visuals and techniques to ensure they derive meaning. Also, we model how we derived each answer so they can do the same. If you want your child to enjoy all of these benefits and propel in comprehension, SCA, and general academic life, click the link above and register for this course and join hundreds of parents and students who are benefiting.
It's vibes alone. Tell me, can you feel it? Yeah. It's vibes alone. That is what I'm feeling. Can you feel it? Oh, you don't know about rhythm. Watch the way we walk, watch the way we talk, watch the way we move. You don't know about melody. We done some alive each and every time. Major part of life. Yeah.
Tobago. It is vibes on top of vibes there. Oh my god, this song really bad. I like that song, you know. I think that's one of my favorite songs outside of Back to Basics. But joining me on the line, Trinidad and Tobago, is none other than soca artist, the 5-time national soca monarch, winner, 4 times national junior calypso monarch winner, and 2-time national junior soca monarch winner, the great Aaron Duncan. Aaron, how are you?
Hey man, what's going on? I good. Long time, man.
It's been a long time. Talk to us now,
Yeah,
Aaron,
man.
because I know that you have a new music video, a song out there, and that's one of the reasons for me bringing you on here tonight, because I like it. The name of the song is called Birthplace, Trinidad and Tobago.
Birthplace.
I would have watched a TikTok with you, and it was a very inspiring TikTok video about, I guess it's Aaron Duncan finding his way back, I'd like to say, to soca. Talk to us about that,
Yeah,
man.
Well, it's a journey, right? As we all know, I am just trying my best out there to do music the best that I can. So before soca, I started in calypso. Did chutney. I did all of these different genres, and then I started going into as of recently, the zest category. You know, and all I like to do is explore and widen my diaspora, because as you should know now, I produce music now, and so I did songs for Lady Lava, Saki, Nelly Katoy, all of the prominent names in the zest industry. Gave them some of their biggest songs also. But one thing that I realized is that as of recently, I have been trying a lot to fit in because of what I was told by prominent people in the industry, like certain DJs, certain artists, the works, right? So my music started to change and going in a certain direction to try and fit in, and it worked at certain points. When we did this thing with Zoe, that is let me say this properly, right? This People like to disrespect Zoe and stuff like that out there. Travel with Zoe is the reason why Zest is now global. I could say that very confidently, and I know that might ruffle a couple shoulders. However, Travel with Zoe is the reason why the whole Zest genre is now able to be looked at as something other than just something that we do in Trinidad and Tobago. It is now looked at as something recognized all over the world. The zest music is loved all over the world, and that started from Zoe. But what I was saying is, realized I was doing a lot to fit in with the crowd and stuff like that. And I started to stray away from being who I truly am. And that is something that I promised myself for the 2026 Carnival that I wasn't going to do again. So I promised myself that I was gonna come with songs that is truly a message from Aaron Duncan himself, not Aaron Duncan trying to be a big soca artist, not Aaron Duncan trying to be a zest artist, not Aaron Duncan trying to get a hit song. Just Aaron Duncan singing what Aaron Duncan likes to sing. you know?
You know what? I like that, Aaron. Swear. It's touching, and
Right.
I guess we want to hear a bit more of what it takes to write, produce, or sing, basically, because you're speaking about being influenced and now talking about that you're going to be authentic and the organic Aaron Duncan and just give persons that. Let me ask you, is it that we were getting something different, like someone different? Is it that the transition to the zest was maybe not the true Aaron Duncan? What is and who is Aaron Duncan now?
The transition to the zest wasn't even in my control because all I can say is Zoe came to my studio and we were supposed to do an interview like what we are doing right now, and it ended up being a hit song. And from then, we Lady Lava came in, so Nelly Kotoy came in, and I just ended up in the Zest producing realm, which I am still in, and I will not come out of because I am now a big part of the Zest community. And I have no problem with continuing producing Zest music and stuff like that. And if the right opportunity arises, I can sing one. But what I am saying is that I would always have in my catalog coming from this year go down a song that truly represents who Aaron Duncan is. You must hear from me something that you will listen to and you'd be like, yeah, boy, I believe what he's saying. I believe this is Aaron Duncan song. Nobody would be able to say, well, nah, he just do that, or he is just, trying to fit in any crowd. Because for the past few years, although I was, getting big songs out of it, with single, even in the production realm with Saki, who's studying you, Lady Lava, Ring Finger, Nelly Kotoy, Boop, big songs, great songs. But at the end of the day, again, it was about fitting in, staying up with the times, and all those things. But we as people, and I had to understand that for myself too, you must always be true to yourself because there's a lot of people out here, Welch, living and walking around in these streets pretending to be someone that they are not. And I found myself going down a certain path. And I don't want to be that person. I want to let me make that clear. I want to continue producing this. I want to continue doing all different genres. I never said I'm done. People took this video that you're talking about and they think I say I am done with this. I am done. I never said that. What I am saying is that Aaron Duncan is going to be Aaron Duncan and he's going to explore everything, but there's always going to be music from now on that is truly something of his, it will be truly me. There must be a song in my catalog that will be truly me. Yeah.
I remember growing up, still growing up, but writing. It's not history, but doing projects on Aaron Duncan. I don't know if you know your dad bigger, but your dad big back in
No, I
language
know.
school.
Because that
Yeah,
happened to me. I had to put
really.
my name in my own social studies book and stuff.
Well, we had to
Yeah.
write on Aaron Duncan and write about Aaron Duncan and who he is and what he is basically. And I remember back then a lot of persons were saying, this is a young Marshall Montano. Is that like still something that is it like a hard thing to live up to that? Do you think you're living up to that? Would the change basically of being more authentic be giving people their wish basically of the new young Marshall Montana? Because I mean, while we still went back to one of your older songs, Aaron looks very much mature, very much different, and you're growing very well in the sphere. Your music is amazing. I was on Slam just yesterday, and persons were requesting to hear Birthplace on radio. I think it was one of the
Yes.
most played songs.
You make him look very happy. Because I don't really listen to radio. So for you telling me that, I'm very happy. Lovely. But concerning the question with living up to Marshall and stuff like that, yeah, from the time I was born, everybody I've just grew up hearing that Aaron Duncan is the next Marshall Montano. However, I do not want that responsibility. I want to make that clear on this platform. I never wanted that responsibility. I do not claim myself as the next Marshall Montano. I am Aaron Duncan, and Aaron Duncan will have to create his own path. So that's why a lot of people will watch my journey and always compare it to Marshall and want me to live up to a certain standard and hype. So that is why this whole thing is even where it is because me trying zest and me doing these things to people is not what Marshall did. So I wrong, and that makes no sense because I am not Marshall Montano. I don't want to be Marshall Montano. I want to be and I need to be Aaron Duncan. Yeah.
Well, then tell us about Birthplace Now, Aaron. That is the new. I hope it's not the only one we're gonna hear. I think we're gonna hear much more songs from yourself, right? Yeah, for
Yeah, well,
2026.
Birthplace wasn't even the first track that I released. I actually started off with a rhythm called the No Rules Rhythm with myself, Nessa Preppy, Jelano, and Preety. Because as I said, I am a producer as well now, right? And Birthplace is my second release. And of course, I have new music coming out very soon. Birthplace, however, I would say is my first single for 2026 Carnival. And it is the song that I hold very close to my heart because it is not just a nation building song. A lot of people will look at it on the surface and say it's a nation building song. But when I say in the song that I am not leaving home, I don't mean alone that I'm not leaving Trinidad and Tobago. I mean that I'm not leaving myself, who I truly am, ever again. So that is why it's a song that is really close to me because when I was writing the lyrics, I wanted it to feel like it was coming from me, from how I feel towards my 16 years in the industry, you know? And me saying that that's crazy because I'm only 22, right? And I have been in it for about 16 years, right? So the song is basically a reflection of my 16 years in the industry and me realizing that I do not want to leave myself or be less of myself for anyone or anything anymore. And Birthplace is a total representation of my life story.
Interesting. Well,
Yeah.
Aaron, you said that you don't want it to just be, like on surface, just a nation building song. We took the liberty on this side here of doing maybe the extraordinary with the music video. And I'd like to say this is also our gift or my gift to you in general as well. And I want you to continue doing what you're doing. In the industry, producing, singing, and expanding basically into the Aaron Duncan and establishing the already established household name. I'll say maybe building on the name Aaron Duncan a bit more as well. So this here is actually from us to you, Aaron. This is Aaron Duncan's Birthplace, and our editor went far and wide to ensure that it looked good. Take a listen.
All right.
Not leaving home again. Right here, born, right here, say, not going nowhere. Tell them man I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Tell them man I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh Lord, not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home again. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home. Watch out the sunshine on the face as every creed and race come together at one place again. Look how me two and up in the air. I whining and I don't care. I whining and I don't care. I'm shouting yeah. I'm feeling a kind of way. The music take over me. I'm shouting yeah. Throw all of your stress away. Jump up with your family. Tell them man I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Tell them man I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh Lord, not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home again. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home. This is who we are, and we don't want no shame. Cause any part of the world you're going, they're gonna know we made. So I Why must I leave this beautiful place? Everybody come and embrace. It's the biggest showcase. I'm shouting, yeah. I'm feeling a kind of way. The music take over me. I'm shouting, yeah. Throw all of your stress away. Jump up with your family. Tell them when I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Tell them when I leave it. I tell you I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh Lord, not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home again. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving, not leaving you. Not leaving home. Not leaving, not leaving. Not leaving home again. Not leaving, not leaving. Not leaving home.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's best I will get to do the official video, but cool. Yeah. Good energy.
But I got your reaction. I wouldn't show the people the reaction, but I got your reaction, Aaron. But that is how, and it came as a surprise to me as well, Aaron, when the editor gave us that, because I asked him to work on the flyer for the show tonight, and then I sent him the music video for tonight, or the what you have online. I was like,
Yeah.
you're gonna put something together for Aaron Duncan specifically. I feel like he was trying to tell me, he want me to tell you to hire him, but
Yeah.
but no, you mean a lot, and I hope you know that you mean a lot to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially. I don't want to downplay what you're doing, but as you know, there's a lot of young people that look up to Aaron Duncan, and
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to lose that at all. Like,
Not at
remember
all.
that, and remember where Aaron Duncan came from, and build on that even more moving forward into the future, because you are different.
Yeah,
And I listen. You said that you don't listen to radio. They were actually doing a call-in session, and they were speaking about artists, and your name particularly came up, and this was on Slam. And a mother would have said that her child loves Aaron Duncan and listens to Aaron Duncan. Who's your favorite soca artist on the side? Aaron Duncan. And she
Right.
said that Aaron Duncan has grown so much. The music that you're putting out is great quality music. The Don't Leave Me, the Back to Basic was a really good one. I like Back to Basic.
Yeah.
I can't even remember all the names of the song, the one that you did in
Yeah,
QRC that we
yeah.
played here. But never forget where that Aaron Duncan came from, number one.
For sure.
And
Yeah.
in finding yourself 100% in changing who Aaron Duncan is, or putting out the authentic Aaron Duncan, the only thing I could say is continue with the originality that you give, the music that you produce, and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Have a great one, Aaron. Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, sir.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago. That was Aaron Duncan, soca artist there on the inside, producer as well of his own music, right? All right, don't forget, he go on now, director. All right? Yeah, man, director. Appreciate you, everybody. Henry, Trinidad and Tobago. That was, again, Aaron Duncan, soca artist. I mean, man, we did some things on Synergy TV and stuff like that. You're on that wait place now. Watch now. Imagine there's a flyer the editor gave me. I think the editor could do a better job on this flyer, but he was rushing on the video. Like, you are walk. You're trying to leave her. We're good on your director. But, editor. But anyway, Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much for joining tonight. We will continue to give young people, a platform, or to amplify their platform, basically, and amplify what they're doing. And if you have not yet gone to YouTube and checked out the new music video by Aaron Duncan, please go do that. Streaming everywhere. Aaron Duncan Official on Instagram. Aaron Duncan, I think, Music on YouTube. I think. Yeah, Aaron Duncan on YouTube. Yeah, Aaron Duncan, Vivo on YouTube, etc., etc. Right? So again, Trinidad and Tobago, thank you so much for joining tonight on Monday. We may have Edward Moody as Vice President of... Why did this slip my mind just now? Oh my God, Red Cross Association, Vice President of the Red Cross Association, Edward Moody. Congratulations on your appointment, brother. I hope to see much more from you later on in the future, all right? As we wrap up tonight, Trinidad and Tobago, let me first say, if you dream it, Trinidad and Tobago, you can 100% be it and do it. So dream big, continue dreaming big, and continue shooting for the stars. Until Monday, have a great night. Bye-bye.